Hey there, welcome everyone to another Tuesday Night Watch Talk. I am your co host, Bobby Legs, this evening. I'm joined by my good friends in the watch community, Wolfgang and Marcus is here. We're going to be talking about new releases, especially one that hits close to Wolfie's heart. We'll get into that.
I have it. I have it.
Yeah, well, Wolfie, please, how you doing? And show us what you got.
Good.
Let's get,
Right from Miami. I got it on. Just
yeah.
released yesterday.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get into that a little bit, Wolfie, because yours, you've had yours for a while, but we just want to talk about that release and what is up. What is up with Bulgari? Amin, how you doing, bud? What's
Good,
going on?
good. Yeah, I had
Yeah.
to I had to call out Bulgari on the social medias.
Okay. Well,
Um,
we're gonna get
yep,
into
yep.
that too.
I won't. I'm wearing the Moser
Yeah.
today,
Oh,
and
oh yeah. Old school for Amin.
good to be here.
Yeah. Godzilla more than enough. What's
Guys,
going on, Marcus?
I don't know. Do you want to hear my gigantic rant about that'll probably get me canceled about how I'm tired of all this like Barbie talk and how Godzilla was the movie that got robbed, or do we want to just
Yeah.
I want to hear it. I want to hear
Yeah.
it.
I want to hear it. Do you want full screen or do you want?
no, I don't want a full screen because
Okay.
I don't want people to see me too close so that in case I get canceled for this.
Okay.
But like seriously,
Okay.
guys, Godzilla minus one, that's the movie that got robbed. I'm so sick and tired of this like white knights coming in and talking about how Barbie got robbed, blah 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 blah. Barbie was a good movie. Barbie got an appropriate number of Barbie got an appropriate number of Academy Award nominations. Okay, had an excellent screenplay. Okay, had some excellent supporting cast, both male and female. All right. Um, did it deserve Best Director? In my opinion, no. Like I don't think it was a gigantic snub to not give her Best Director. She got Best Screenplay. I didn't see like the direction was particularly good, and people who are arguing the highest grossing movie should be getting Best Director, because then where are James Cameron's Avatar nominations, right? So you've got that. It was recognized for Best Movie, was recognized for Best Supporting Actor, was recognized for Best Supporting Actress. So I don't see how this is the patriarchy suppressing Barbie. That said, Godzilla minus one, greatest movie of 2023. Should win all the awards, but this is ridiculous. Like it got one award. Just go watch it, guys. If you haven't seen it,
I had no
go watch
idea.
it.
I'm gonna
Let's
I'm
go
gonna
watch
watch
it.
it. Yeah.
Again,
It was out.
I didn't know it was a thing.
I've never cared about the people, the human characters in a Godzilla movie until now. Godzilla is back to being malevolent as opposed to benevolent. For 15 million budget, it was incredible. The special effects were off the charts. I think the only time you saw where the budget could have boosted it was when he's walking on land. But again, best movie of the year.
Where can we watch it? You have
What's
to
that?
go. Is it only in theaters or is it online somewhere?
It's only in theaters.
Oh.
And it's really hard to get a pirated version, because I think that those aren't really available. So.
I'm having a hard time.
Strictly legit.
I'm having a hard time determining whether Marcus is serious or not here.
Oh no, he's being serious.
No,
here.
I'm dead serious. This
He's
is
being
what's the
dead
best
serious.
movie of 2023.
This is serious Marcus right now.
This is serious Marcus. Yeah.
I had no idea that there was an outcry that Barbie somehow didn't get enough props or recognition. I'm unplugged to that scene.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like again,
and it won Best Picture.
It got nominated for Best Picture, which I think it deserved.
I see.
It got nominated for Best Picture. I think the two main things were that Greta was not nominated for Best Director, and Margot didn't get nominated for Best Actress.
Okay.
But again, that's not the patriarchy, right? That's just like Margot was lost to 5 other females. It's not like Ryan Gosling took her nomination.
Right. Did he win?
Well, Gosling got nominated. Like I don't think anyone's won.
Oh,
yet.
he got nominated.
Yeah.
She didn't get
These
nominated.
are Oscar nominations.
These are
Right?
Oscar nominations.
She didn't get
Godzilla
nominated.
minus one got one nomination.
But
So
Ryan
guys-
Gosling got nominated, and Margot didn't get nominated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's
a little
again-
patriarchal.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I didn't see it. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Well, now I have to see both of them, I guess, at some point, right?
It sounds like both are good movies worth watching.
And then Oppenheimer, I haven't seen Oppenheimer either. So
Good. I'm gonna start with Godzilla. It's way more up my alley.
I would start off with the Godzilla. You should
Yeah,
still
I mean-
watch Barbie. I think it was a good movie.
Okay.
I saw Wish.
I mean, it got 8. It got 8 nominations. Like,
That's-
what's the outcry?
That's pretty
8's
good.
a good number.
It's not enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Mark, I thought the whole channel was going to get canceled the way you set it up. So I'm glad.
Wasn't there another open for Marcus? Didn't you have something else?
Oh yeah, I've got to talk about. Oh yeah, Ross wanted me to talk about the fact that I've been a little indiscriminate in my calling watches shitters.
Can we go solo for this one?
Yeah. No. It's not a Marcus rant. Like I think I'm
right.
gonna walk some stuff back here.
Okay.
Okay. So I think there are. I think I have been indiscriminate in calling certain watchers shitters.
What was the watch? This
I think the watch in question was Alex was posting. He was like 25% off this like Saytona.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm just in no shitter 2024, and then Ross pushes back on me and he says, "Is that really a shitter?" And then I think about it, and like, you know what? And I answered with kind of my thought, and I think that I have been indiscriminate. I think there are like we need a new term, because I think that there's a absolute shitter. Like those are absolute shitters. So we're talking about like Furlan Mary, Studio Underdog, Dumaro, Notice.
Thank you for mentioning Dumaro. Thank you so much.
In spite of what Matt Farrell will say.
That's not a shitter, Wolfie.
Those are shitters. Those are like,
Of course.
like those are like,
What
do
do you
not
think,
pass
Marcus?
go, do not collect $200.
Put
Those
it
are
back
shitters.
up, Wolfie. What do you think? Does this
What's
belong?
the shitter?
Does this belong in the category with Dumaro? Please.
Wait, what
I
is
don't
that?
think so. It's a citizen.
Okay, so here's where I'm getting into the gray area, okay? Because I don't want to issue this blanket statement that Seiko and Citizen are shitters, okay? But when Alex came up to me and is like, and we know Alex's like collection and the quality of Alex's correct collection, and the fact that he's like, I'm thinking about cutting back, which is a lie, always a lie. But I'm gonna play along. I always play along. And so I asked Ross. I was like, yeah, it kind of fits. Like is this a watch that's like well below the quality of his the median watch in his collection? Yes, absolutely. Is this a watch that if it like started running weirdly, are you gonna bother to service it or fix it, or are you just gonna try and flip it? And probably the third thing is it going to stay in the collection for a year? And like like the Saytona fit all those three criteria. Like it's way worse than his median collection. It's like he's not going to fix it, and he's not if it goes weird, and it's not going to stay in the collection. So like I think we need something for that, because if I don't want to call it a shitter, but again at the same time.
You're kind of saying it's a waste of money.
Yeah, it's a waste of money. It's not quite a shitter, but I think it's a waste of money. And it's not a cool watch that adds something to his collection, you know? Like there are some like cool watches that are like $500 that would add something to your collection. And I don't think like, you know, a Saytona is going to add anything to his collection. So I think we need a new term.
So I mean, do you have one in mind? Should we ask the chat to?
Yeah, I think we should ask the chat. I couldn't think. It's like it's a waste of money for me.
Do you think it's a placeholder for him until he gets a Daytona?
I don't think it is.
Yeah,
I don't think it is. He just saw it and it was like 25% off. Should I buy it? And I was like, no.
Marceau's throwing this in my face. He knows I'm feeling the UN want.
Because I also don't want to have like, you know, a let them eat cake moment where I'm like, all Seikos are shitters, because like some people it's the top of what they can afford, and they have their own priorities, and that's fine. And Seiko's a good watch, but for Alex, I didn't know a better word to come up with. So I think we need something. I think we need something to fill that void.
Wolfie, what's I feel like
I kind of we don't have like my Citizen is obviously a shitter, right? That doesn't
No,
mean I don't like it. I bought it.
I don't think it
We
is.
And for something that's so bad that you shouldn't buy.
Yeah.
And I don't know, anything that comes to mind is real harsh, right? It's
Shiza, right? I mean,
it's the offensive category, you know. I mean, like for example, Bobby's what's the Wolfgang thing?
The Snoopy Watchers, those are.
the Heinrich.
The Heinrich. The Heinrich is so bad. It's obviously a shit.
No.
You never put it. And so we need a category, a name
No
for
way.
what that is.
Mark is
Yeah.
talking about a different category.
way.
Now you guys talking about different things. Mark is talking about watches that are good watches, but just not good for your collection, for Alex's collection, right? Specific to Alex, right? He's
Yeah.
saying that Seiko would be good for somebody else, but it's not
It
right
could be.
for Alex. You're now saying, Wolfie, that we need a category for the Heinrich because nobody should have that watch.
Exactly.
So that's a shitter then. That's a shitter, right?
Shitters.
No,
Everybody has a shitter.
No, I will not. I will not sign off on that one. I mean, you have to use a different example. I like my Heinrich. I think it's a very good watch for the price that I paid. I like the look. I like everything about it. I will not accept that. No siree.
I'm glad Marcus highlighted Dumaro because I keep seeing these guys who have incredible watches posting Dumaros on Instagram, and I'm baffled by this. You know.
Hey, Joe's there. How you doing, Joe? Good to see you. And another Joe, Joey B. Good to see Joey B. Scott, how you doing? Marcus is the patriarchy, Joe Chang says. Hello, Big Wrist. Steve,
Marcus
how you
is
doing?
here to slyly represent the patriarchy.
Peter C.
Push Barbie down.
Yeah, Peter C. backing Marcus on this one. Colin's saying I have no clue what Marcus is talking about. I feel like Sanjay. Scott saying Barbie sock, Maestro socked, Oppenheimer also socked. Last year was such a bad year for
Scott the contrarian.
movies. Scott is really giving it to him. Oh my goodness. Valve 789, you're a grown man.
I am.
Okay, I don't know what that means. Hey, B-Man, what's going on, B-Man? Nate Dogg, hello, Nate Dogg, what's going on? Steve is saying, not knowing about Barbie being held down by the patriarchy is a total patriarchy move. That's a criticism to you, Amin.
Yeah.
I vote for Margot for everything. Yeah, same here. Mrs. Legs in here. Okay. Redemption for Barbie and Godzilla in the ASS Awards. Okay, fair enough.
We should expand beyond watches. Yep.
Hey, Ken Spear is here, checking in from Pittsburgh. Dark Star. How come Ken and Barbie don't have any children?
I think they explained that in the movie. They explained that in the movie. Yeah.
Okay, they're not explaining that in the movie. Is it because there's no like genitalia on Ken? Okay.
I think they explained that in the movie. Yeah. Okay.
All right. If we're learning anything about Marcus, is that he loves award shows, Oscars, GVH, You do love a good award show.
And he probably remembers every single award.
No, I'm just bringing up how Godzilla was robbed. That's all I want to say today.
Yeah. Weibin, how you doing, Weibin?
I saw Weibin watching your in the Bobby Likes Discord. It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Came out incredible.
Beautiful watch, right?
Congrats.
That very beautiful red, just a stunning piece. I thought the term was a poo knife. Well, that's a visual cue for the watch, the shitter, right? It's not a replacement for shitter.
Yeah.
Right. Chat looking for some thoughts here on this one.
Maybe just not for you. That's kind of like the quick summary of that category.
Yeah.
It's not for you.
Yeah, that's fair. I want something that rolls off the tongue, though.
Yeah. Superfluous junk.
That's. I've got to think more on this.
Are we gatekeeping vocabulary?
I think so. Yeah.
a shitter. The worst watch anyone could buy is that Cartier Tank homage. Okay. Yes. And it's Heinrich. I know you know, Chaz, it's Heinrich. I know you know that.
I like the Heinrich.
Hey, AZ Clayton saying, good to see you, AZ Clayton. Since this is not a shitter, you get what you pay for.
Yeah, see, I agree with that. That's why I wanted to have this whole conversation in the first place, because I don't want to call like Seikos and Citizen shitters. I don't feel good about that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that too. I'm with you. I don't think Citizen.
Then we need a whole another category term.
Well, that's what we're talking about. See, the thing with Citizen and Seiko.
What's a shitter then?
Like I think they're watches that shouldn't exist.
Okay, then if we put the Heimlich that Bobby has into
it's
shit.
Heinrich.
Okay, whatever. If that's a shitter, then my Citizen is wrong. Then we need how we call the Citizens and the other stuff we called shitter before. I gotta change everything then.
See, look, Citizen and this Citizen builds that watch from the ground up. That's everything in that watch is all Citizen, right? The same with Seiko. I don't think watches that like build every single component of their watch can be considered. That's my vote. Can't be considered a shitter. That's a rule that I like to propose.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I bought the damn thing, right? I bought others shitters. We just call them that, right? We didn't mean bad by it.
Wait, if we start using the word fluffer, I feel like our channel will get canceled.
Yeah.
I don't know that word.
Wow.
So Wolfie, for you, something that's very inexpensive relative to budget is a shitter.
Yeah.
That's pretty straightforward. That's
something you buy because you like it, you wear it for the shoot range, or something that
it's a budget watch.
It's like it's not the end of the world if it breaks while doing something, if you lose it right in the ocean or something. All these pieces, we all have multiples. We never meant anything bad by it. So either we come up with something for the real bad crap like the Heimlich, or we change the shitter category.
Yeah. I kind of like the way Marcus uses shitter as something that shouldn't exist, because if it shouldn't exist, that's not really offensive, right? Because something that's cheap for you is not cheap for someone else, right? But something that doesn't exist, that's like a real condemnation. That's not relative to somebody's budget. That's just like that watch shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
I mean, there's beaters, right? But I mean, like beaters
are lovable and they're a core component of the collection. That's why it's a little different.
Like G-Shocks, right?
I feel like this is what we're trying to describe is like someone asking me whether I should get it, and I'm like, no. But I can't call it a shitter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, John Mayer's, nobody should ever bought those. The Rolex.
A misstep. Misstep?
It's there's very expensive watches that should never be made. The Spider-Man, that type of stuff. So it's not about price.
Thank you.
I always say like a beater is a little over the shitters, right? My beaters to me are.
It's a term of an endearment.
It's kind of like if I would lose my beaters in the ocean, I'd be sad. If I lose the Citizen, I'll buy another.
James is taking the high road here, guys. I would never call any watch a shitter because I refuse to legitimize the other side of the watch community.
I don't like the word. I genuinely don't like the word.
Well, then we gotta change it. I don't know what we're gonna do.
Is that an Archie? Is that an Archie?
It's an Archie thing.
Archieism,
isn't it? And I'm not taking up a mission against the word, Wolfie. I'm just saying I don't have strong feelings about the word, but I hear where James coming from too.
Yeah. Okay. James. Okay, so we're getting some positive feedback from James. Okay. Disposable beater for the Citizen. I'd rather have a shitter than an homage.
I consider homage shitters, but anyway, yeah, I agree that we're getting into the linguistic abyss. I need to think about this more. I just wanted to bring this up at the behest of the intern.
It's not that easy. It's not that easy.
Not easy.
It's not that easy, and it's always an interesting conversation to have. And I think there is a time and a place for it. And I think there's also, I like the direction that you're thinking, Marcus. I think that there needs to be another term to somehow represent what you're actually talking about. I get that for sure. Hey, let's jump into a little saucy topic today or yesterday. Bulgari coming out with, well, I mean, this was a limited piece, right? And now it is a production piece. The salmon Octo Finissimo, or Tuscan Copper. Okay. Amin, you said you had some comments about this.
Wolfie should lead
okay.
off here.
Yeah, I was gonna let Wolfie talk about, but you're right.
All I said is I put Bulgari on blast on Instagram after I heard from Wolfie. So Wolfie,
please tell us, what is your feelings about this release?
Well, if anybody doesn't know, they released the exact same thing last year in the spring as a 50-piece limited edition for North America. And so some schmucks like myself, went to an AD and bought it without a discount, thinking that it's going to be difficult to get. And supposedly Bulgari said, nobody's allowed to sell it with a discount, and mostly the stuff was sold in boutiques. And then yesterday, I think it was yesterday, they released it as basically they took away special edition on the website, called it new, and it's the exact same thing as far as I know, and is now available worldwide without any limitation. Not the end of the world. I still love the piece, but it just leaves a bad taste about the brand in my mouth.
Yeah.
Did you check the back of your watch? Does it have anything?
No, it doesn't say anything. They never did. On the website, it said
wow,
something like, let me see if I find the picture. They had it on the website. Some of the media said, that it was the 50-piece limited edition US and Canada. It said on the Bulgari website.
Yeah, I mean, the Hodinky article, I dug it up from last year, definitely said 50 pieces for North America. And
others did too.
And even some of the new articles about this one alluded to it, how it was 50 pieces for North America last year, but that was a precursor to it's total bullshit move by Bulgari.
Colin saying it's a nice Bulgari to widely release so more women can buy that piece. Yeah, this is unfortunate, right? I mean, like, Bulgari, not known, right? This is not their for selling watches. I mean, they have some great timepieces. Don't get me wrong; they're more of a jewelry brand, right? And it looks like is it? I've heard people say that perhaps this, or I think Wolfie, you said that this kind of sold pretty quickly, those 50 pieces, and maybe Bulgari
probably
that momentum.
Why would they do it, right? I imagine it's a big market, North America, and they probably were able to sell it rather quickly. And so they said, well, it seems like, people like it. Let's sell it in the rest of the world. I get all that, right?
They have other very limited, editions of the Octo. And I this would totally put me off buying any limited edition Bulgari. And I hope it puts other people off.
That's the end result, right?
Yeah.
That goes for Grand Seiko, for Panerai, where it happened before, right? So when they do it once, where they basically say this is limited, and then later they just have it in a regular production. After that point, I don't believe anything they say is limited anymore.
Yeah,
that's kind of the end result.
It's limited unless people think it's awesome and actually buy all of them. Then it's not limited.
Yeah. It's like, who here would believe that a Grand Seiko limited edition stays, limited forever? You can't honestly believe that at this point.
Yeah,
it happened multiple times where they changed a tiny little thing and then made a wide release.
Yeah,
like I said, I still love it. It's not a big deal, but it's just it's kind of, it's a little strange what they're doing, and that they care so little about these 50 people that most of them bought in their own boutiques.
Yeah. Marcus, what do you think?
I hate it. I'm gonna be even harsher than Wolfie and Amin. This is like, this is a brand killer. Like, how can you trust the brand? It's just you're being lumped in with Panerai now, and for me, I'm probably never gonna buy a new Panerai. And I probably wouldn't consider buying a new Bulgari. This is terrible. This shows a complete disregard for their loyal customers. And it's a huge misstep for a company that can't afford to make a misstep in the watch sort of realm, right? Their jewelry business can be fine, but this is a huge slap in the face of watch collectors. And why should we take the brand seriously? Like, this is pretty brutal.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do, right? I told my AD to pass it on to the brand rep that this was the last time they ever make a sale for me at an AD or a boutique.
Yeah.
And I still, if I love a Bulgari, Octo, or whatever other watch, I'll buy it pre-owned, which is the sensible thing to do anyway, because basically all of them are much cheaper pre-owned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Bill K saying, you have to question their integrity, and I think that's fair, but I just don't think they even care, though. They're at the end of the day, they saw an opportunity where they think they could make some money on something, and they're gonna go for it. And unfortunately, Wolfie, I mean, like, you got the raw end of the deal on this one, and I just don't think they care.
But they should care, because
Yeah.
they're really trying to go into watches hard. Been trying, like, they put a lot of effort on that, and this can actually really hurt them, I think. And what are they going to make?
I hope it does.
How many of these, Tuscan copper ones are they going to sell? Enough to really, be worth it with the brand damage? I don't think so.
I give you an example that fits here. Like, I'm more and more getting the idea that the watch industry really doesn't care as much about people like us, the returning collectors, as we hoped or maybe think. I just heard from a gigantic store here in town that basically 90% of the people coming into their door are just buying a watch, 90.
Yeah.
The rest, the 10%, are the people like us that know what's going on. They know more than the salespeople. They know the aftermarket price, right? They bitch about no discounts. The other folks, let's say the number is not 90, even if it's 70. So that's their bread and butter. And then think Bulgari. How many real collectors are into Bulgari? I mean, almost none, right? It's a jewelry brand. It's just people buy it on vacation, or because they like the design. So maybe the truth is really that the collector world, for most brands, I'm sure for some it's different, we're not that important. That they, as long as they have, right, like I was told another thing today from a salesperson. They said that basically since COVID, and even now still going on, there's new people coming into the doors almost every day that have kind of never looked at watches seriously, right? They have no idea what an Omega should cost, right? They don't know the price increases in the last 2 years. They don't know that they should get a discount, right? As long as the people new into it buying the product, right? They don't need to change. Their business is fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So, that's an interesting point, Wolfie. So let's set aside the high end, like, independent watchmakers, right? Let's just set aside those, and just focus on some of these bigger names, bigger brands that mass produce watches. Do we, as collectors, do we think we're way more important than we really are? I mean, we talk about watches all the time. with our little groups here, we're in an echo chamber, right? And are we fluffing ourselves up using that? Are we making ourselves seem more important than we are, especially compared to these other brands? In lieu of this move by Bulgari, obviously not caring about the collector, right? I mean, do we think we're too important?
Well, I mean, I would say we're important to us, right? We enjoy the hobby.
No, absolutely,
The
absolutely. But the brands don't care.
I'm starting to learn that my thinking was off by a margin, right? This is the tiny section of the industry.
It's, I think I've always thought this. Like, for example, some of our friends talk about how always griping about how Grand Seiko drops in value, and the brand should know that happens and change how they do things to protect value. And I always thought most people buying these watches probably walk in off the street, say, I want a nice watch, buy a watch, and that's not us. And so they don't give a crap what we think about resale value or whatever. But I don't know. This is like such a small gain, right? To sell some extra salmon dial Octofinissimos, and it's like this. It can make headlines as like a
I agree on
look
that.
what the brand did, because if it makes headlines, then it can damage reputation amongst like influencers. People who are.
I agree. I fully agree with that. Yeah. But this one didn't make any sense. I agree. How many are they going to sell? Right? It's not going to make a dent in the Bulgari overall business.
Yeah.
It's just bad taste.
Yeah. That's why.
I'll tell you one more thing that kind of fits to the other thing, which I was also told, which also explained another thing to me. If such a high number comes into the door that is clueless, basically, it also explains, because a salesperson told me this, that it's incredibly difficult for them to sell a GO, a Breguet, a Grand Seiko, right? Because these people, then the overall marketing becomes a much bigger issue, right? For us, it doesn't mean anything if Roger Federer plays with Rolex or James Bond wears an Omega, but for the 90%, they've never heard about a GO. And then the sales folk show him the piece, and it's nice looking, and they want 20K or whatever for it.
Yeah.
And then they say, well, don't you have a Rolex or an Omega for me or a Breitling, right? So it fits in that picture too, why some of these brands that don't have the marketing dollars and they don't have the brand power out there, that they're just not selling. Because it's not us, right? It's the 90% have never heard about them. And they can't get themselves to pay that type of money for, it's all kind of similar in the Rolex range, right? It's thousands of dollars for them, and they don't know what it is.
Yeah, and I really do think this is like a bigger brand like issue or problem. That's why I prefaced by saying when I started talking about not excluding some of these high-end independent watchmakers, because I think they do depend on the return collector to come and buy multiple pieces, right?
I think those are different. Yeah, I agree.
It's just I mean, it's. I think it is what it is, guys. I mean, Marcus, any thoughts on that or?
No, I just hope that this is damaging to the brand.
Yeah,
like it's really shitty. I don't even own the watch, and it's really shitty. Like we're not even asking that much. Like guys, like we're not even asking you to make like a blockbuster release. It's just like respect the limited edition.
Yeah.
Like when you're saying something's a limited edition, it should be limited. Otherwise,
then you're Seiko.
Like what is this?
Yeah. Colin saying we are such a small percentage of the market. Watch geeks don't really matter, especially two brands like Bulgari, Cartier, and Chanel. Do non-watch enthusiasts buy Octos though? I mean, I think so.
I think so too.
Collectors are the nerds of the watch world. We are nowhere near the majority. We are special. Hey, Rob is here. How you doing, Rob? Good to see you. If Wolfgang suggesting Breguet makes a watch that can survive a tennis match?
No, I don't think so.
This is why Tag sells well.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's move on to some of the other LVMH releases here. How about this? Do you guys love it? Marcus? Do you love it?
I do love it. I mean, it's way out of my price range,
Yeah.
but I'm glad it exists. It's not like one of those watches that I'm like, why did you make it? I'm glad it exists. It's way out of my price range. I like it.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't read about why this Saxum material is worth 100 grand and why it's different from sapphire. But I mean,
Oh, it's not sapphire. I thought it was sapphire.
No, it's a like, I mean, Hublot is always talking about their material science and all that. This is not sapphire. This is like a certain. It's a different material than sapphire. It's really similar to sapphire, but it's not quite sapphire.
Saxum.
It looks good. I'm glad they made it.
I like it too, but yeah, not at that price.
Yeah. Crazy. Cray, as the kids call it. Cray.
It looks good.
It does.
Yeah,
look
it
good.
does.
How about this one?
Looks great too.
Yeah.
I like it.
Think it's a good release. I don't think there were any game changer releases. They're just like sort of, yeah, you guys did good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're holding back for watches and wonders, no question.
50, just under 50 grand. I got to tell you something, and I'm going to jump the gun here a little bit, and let me see. Hopefully, I don't have to scroll. This Zenith Chronomaster triple calendar with the moon phase, man, I really like it. I really, really like it. I'm not a huge fan of a moon phase on a chronograph. For some reason, I've never seen one that I really, really care for or like, and I know there's some. I mentioned this earlier to some of the guys, and they brought up some good examples, but I just, not for me. I like this. I really, really like this, and I know that some of us here in the chat complain about Zenith, and Dib likes to call them a dead or a dud brand. But I really like this release. I like the way that it looks. I like the gold tone hands. I like the moon phase on the 6 o'clock register. I like it. I guess on bracelet, that's how you'd have to wear it. I like it. Am I the only one?
I like it.
Amin? No,
I think it's
you
good
like
looking.
Having owned the original, I prefer the original.
Yeah, and I know you have same. It's probably the same movement or very, very similar. Yours is more like, I feel like the one that you used to have was more of like felt like more like a dressy chrono.
Yeah.
Triple calendar. This definitely gives me a more sporty vibe to it. And I like it. I just wanted to point this one out before we get into the others, because I didn't think I'd be struck so by this release, but I am.
It's a big ask though for like 14 grand. Like, what is the JLC like triple calendar chrono going for? Like, you got to ask yourself that.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's the other issue.
Got it. Some duo Hublot Classic Fusion Tourbillons. I think these look cool.
I like them.
They look kind of plasticky though. I don't know.
Yeah, I hear that.
But all fusions do.
Yeah.
All Hublot ceramic does.
Yeah, it's true too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I mean,
especially because it's like there's
The
no
colorful
additional
ones.
texture to, like, if you look at the strap, there's no additional texture to the strap to differentiate it from the case, right? So I think that's a miss. They need to texture. They need to add texture to that strap. Or they need to add like striping or something like that, because it's making it contiguous and making it monochromatic. It does look like a plastic watch.
I absolutely, you hit that one on the head, Marcus. Absolutely, I agree. Totally agree. Kevin, like, I'm buying the Zenith. Only comparable is JSC Master Calendar Chrono at way more money and boring.
Is it way more money? Like, I can't remember how much it costs in steel. I don't think it was way more money, because they're asking like 14 for this.
I'll look it up.
Don't know.
Maybe I'm not caught up with the inflation of JLC prices.
Mm-hmm.
Master Control Calendar. This is not the right one, I think.
What?
It's like the Master Control Calendar chronograph.
This Hublot is 95K.
Yeah,
I
it's a
don't
tourbillon. It's
I don't love it for 95K.
yeah.
Jesus, it's gonna be a hard sell. So we're looking for Master Control
I
JLC.
found it, but
Yeah.
it's in gold. Let me see and find it in steel.
I mean, it dropped at 14,500, but again, that was like a late 2020 release, so I don't know what the price is.
19.1.
Okay, so it is a good amount more money. I would pay that. Personally, I would pay that premium for JLC.
That's a good looking watch. That JLC.
Do you have it up? Do you have it up? Can
Yeah.
you share it real quick?
Look at the gold one is even nicer.
Yeah, I don't trust the new like those 1/10 of a second like zippy chronographs. I don't like those zippy chronographs.
Mm.
It's a looker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And it's got a pulsation scale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably easily doable for whatever, 13.
You get a discount for sure, right?
I mean, pre-owned, these are not
Yeah.
big sellers. Never
Yeah.
been.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think I really dumped on that at the first ASS Awards. Like, it won a negative award for me, but like
This one?
I did.
I think me and Colin liked it, I believe.
You guys liked it. I kind of, but again, when comparing it to that Zenith, I
click on the gold. Amin.
Yeah.
That's really
black
really
or white.
The black.
Black, yeah.
That
looks good. Yeah.
That's a Wolfgang watch.
Oh yeah,
it's a little too busy, but I really like it.
It's
we know how much Wolfgang loves chronographs.
Chronograph.
Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah, if it was just a chronograph, I could see it. But the Thursday in June, who needs that?
I still like their annual. What is it? Polaris annual calendar. One of the annual calendars I like.
Do they have?
Oh yeah,
Do they
good.
have an annual calendar? I don't think they have an annual calendar. Is it it's probably a triple.
I think it's annual, Mark.
There's a busy Polaris with all kinds of stuff going on in steel and gold, and both very nice.
Too busy my ass, Hobby Bobby says.
I agree. I completely support the purchase of this piece by Hobby Bobby.
Because I didn't know JLC made an annual calendar. I thought they were always like triples.
Let me look it up. I'll unshare and look it up.
Yeah.
I think I really like the tag releases. I might almost have to walk back what I said to Dib last week about how Zenith you should always take a Zenith above a tag, because Zenith like crap the bed with all their releases. There wasn't a single release that I liked. Even the green Chronomaster, like it was and if you look at those glass box Hoyers, I think I might have to walk back what I said to Dib a couple of weeks ago. So I'm just throwing that out there.
I think I was thinking about the Polaris perpetual calendar.
Yeah, that's a busy watch.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't trust a perpetual calendar, even if JLC calls it like a sports perpetual calendar.
Mm.
So you like this?
Watch. That's a good looking watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the tag.
I think the tourbillon looks great too, and it'll be great when you can buy it for 10 grand, as Dib would say.
Yeah, I like the tourbillon even more than this. This is a little weird with the white date.
Yeah, I know. The green is a really a favorite, a darling for racing, like a racing color for these tag Hoyers. But I think a different color here would do it for me. And I agree. I think the white date wheel kind of upsets the balance a little bit here for me. I think I like it. I think I just need it in another color. $6,400.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. Probably.
For fans, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they'll have much stronger stuff coming later in April.
The Tourbillon is I like the Skipper too, and the Tourbillon is would be the buy for me though. I think the finishing looks pretty rough. Like this is not a UN marine chronometer tourbillon that you can with enamel dial and all that. This is a pretty rough finished tourbillon based on the pics. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this looks so much better than the other one, for sure. I don't know if
It
it's
does.
because of the other register here.
But I don't know. That might just be the render, but the finishing in that tourbillon looks pretty rough.
Yeah, I mean, it's for that price. It's gotta be right. I mean, if you look at that picture, go back.
Yeah.
Take the tourbillon away. That'd be a nice watch.
I think it's a nice watch with the tourbillon. I think that once you hold it in hand and look really close at the tourbillon.
Take the tourbillon away, sell it for 6-7. That'd be the winner.
They don't have that?
Not that I know of.
Tag needs to stop putting a date window on everything. James says, I like the Skipper, but I wonder how quickly the novelty of the colors will wear off.
It'll probably wear off well after Colin has resold that watch if he ever buys it.
Yeah, the Skipper is a little. I know a lot of people like it, but it's too colorful for me.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna get the Skipper, just get the Golf. Like the Golf has a lot more staying power.
Yeah.
Because, I think the Golf has more staying power. If you want something a little bit whimsical and colorful, get the Golf.
Anything else new that you guys want to talk about? I mean, I know these.
Was there a new Genta that came out?
Yeah, I think there was.
It didn't. Monochrome didn't carry it, but there's a Genta that came out.
I saw pictures of that Daniel Roth, whatever they call it, special invite only thingy, but no Genta.
There was, I think there was a Genta Donald Duck that came out. Maybe you'd have to Google it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing here. Gerald
Genta Donald Duck, another fun watch. Can't wait.
No.
Maybe not. I thought I saw one.
I thought I saw one too.
Maybe I dreamt it.
Yeah. Maybe.
Alex has a blog to watch for the new Genta.
Okay.
Steve says Chopard LUC 1860. Is that a new release?
I gotta update their website here.
Yeah.
Is there a search? Can I certain?
No, maybe I dreamed it. I thought there was a Donald Duck one that they built off the Mickey repeater, but maybe I dreamed it.
Chopard.
He says Ariel showed it on his IG.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I follow. Well, no, I do, but Chopard. Let's see what Time Hell, Chopard 1860.
Did they release something?
No, I think that was the same, right?
Oh,
It
the
was already
steel.
released.
Yeah.
From the on the
That's the one from last year. Yeah, they probably
Yeah.
had a hands-on. That's why it's in between.
right here, this one right here.
Yeah. That's a review. Yeah.
That was a GPHG nominee.
Yeah, I mean it's a beautiful watch.
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
hands down, hands down. Hey, so Wolfie, I mean you're heading back, huh?
This is the last week Wolfie's on.
Yeah, it was a short
sad.
visit.
Fairly short. Yeah, 3 weeks.
When are you thinking gonna coming back? Later in the spring?
Yeah, in April. Yeah, we should talk at the end quickly, like Alex wishes, about the new Louis Erard limited edition. Because I did save the photo.
That's a shitter, right? Like, can we like?
This is
everyone like agree with that?
This is
Like that watch shouldn't
definitely
exist.
a different category.
Let me
This
see.
is like the worst of the worst because you can't read it's just black. You can't read the time.
Is it a new watch?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like this is worse than the Studio Underdog watch.
This one?
Yeah. No, this is horrendous
No,
too.
I can't go that far, Marcus.
Well, at least you can on the pizza one.
Louis Erard is like it's like a semi-serious watch brand, right? Like nobody really takes Studio Underdog seriously. Like,
okay, you're grading them on a curve. I got you.
Well,
Is this it?
yeah, that like
it's not a watch. How do you tell time?
What's going on there? What are those 3 strips?
Regulator. I don't know.
But how does that work?
I don't know.
I don't hate it as much as you guys. I don't know what it's doing.
Yeah, I think that's I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know what it's doing, and I don't like it. The red seal bearing the words "work of art, do not wear."
Okay, Steve says the top hand is the hour hand, middle minutes, bottom seconds. So how?
It looks like they would overlap, or something.
Here's the screw.
What time? What's the time?
So is it 4:20? Oh, is it 4:20? You know what I mean?
I don't
You guys know
know.
about that, right? 4:20.
I think I saved the picture, and for an S award in 2027, I'll have the picture ready to go for the dumbest release of the decade. That's gonna be in it.
What?
One of them.
Wow.
Oh wow, wow.
Well, how do you tell the time?
Who cares about you?
What do you mean? It's a watch. I need to tell the time.
No, who gives a shit about that?
No, I need to know the time.
You use your iPhone to tell the time.
I don't. I look at my wrist.
Come on, Wolfie.
Steve says this. Sees this as winning a GPH award. The pizza watch was worse than this.
it's
I don't
close.
think so. I have to have the Louis Erard edges it out for me. I'd rather have the pizza watch. I think. I would hate to read this 30 minutes after 4:20.
Why? Who said it's 420? Why is it 420?
No, follow me. The top hand, right? If we're using a 12 o'clock scale, that looks like it could be 4. That it's
Okay,
pointing
it points at 4. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean the screw is at the top left.
It's
right?
either that or 950, right?
Yes.
950. Oh, okay.
I gotta look this up now.
Yeah.
I don't know how the hell this.
I see what you guys are doing now.
Regular. It's growing on me, this watch.
But
Okay. I think I just figured something out.
Okay.
The hands, they're not all going on the same pivot.
Right. They're
Let me
different
see.
levels, right? I mean, they're heights. Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm calling an intervention for Amin. This is bad.
I'm not
No,
gonna buy this
as long
watch.
as he's not talking about buying it, I think
I'm
we're
not gonna
okay.
buy this watch. Come on.
I think we're okay as long as he's not talking about buying it.
No. I think they do this kind of dumb stuff at Louis Erard, right? They do the the 404 error
Yeah,
watch?
yeah.
They do some dumb shit at Louis Erard.
This is as I feel like this is as dumb as the 404.
Oh yeah.
This is
yeah.
like
But I don't think it's like colossally like generationally dumb where like we'd have to like put this on like the worst hits of the decade kind of thing.
they're trying to do like what Moser did with the cheese watch and the eraser watch and kind of get the notoriety, get some eyeballs.
We are. We do dumb shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but look, I just like I want I want to be in a room there and hear who's like, this is a good idea. Somebody thought this was a good idea.
Here we go.
If it's 420, then it's an odd that they are parallel to each other. At 420, the hour hand would need to be a third of the distance towards. All right.
Okay. Look what I put up.
Hobby. All right. Hobby.
What's this top and this one? What are they? Hours, minutes, seconds?
Seconds is top is hour.
So this is pointing at like what?
3.
4. 3 between 3 and 4, right? And then this one, where's the axis? I guess it's I don't know. I'm sure once you get the hang of it, you can do it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Crack smoking watchmakers. Yeah.
I don't hate it.
Yeah, you still don't.
I don't hate it. I don't like it, but I don't hate it.
Okay, man.
So you guys got me looking. Can I go on a tangent here?
Yeah.
This just looking at the tag, that not very well finished tourbillon. So it got me looking at just Google it, looking at tourbillons. Like this is a very well finished tourbillon. I mean, I know watch is giant and it's kind of, but if you look at that whole kind of this entire piece here is black polished with sharp external angles, and then get this polished blued huge tourbillon seconds hand here. I bet this thing is very, very well finished.
Oh yeah, for sure. But that was finished in the 9s, but that was probably a $60,000 piece,
yes.
right?
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that it should be the same price. I'm just saying, I don't know. Like I've been thinking about tourbillons for a long time, and there's nothing in my budget that I really, really want. But I guess I would want something really nicely finished if I ever get a tourbillon.
Mm-hmm.
I just
that's fair.
That's somehow part of it for me. And I don't know if I have the wrist for a 48 millimeter.
That's way too big. I just saw the picture.
Yeah. But I mean, do you want like a dive watch tourbillon?
I wouldn't mind a dive watch tourbillon.
Who cares? You're not diving with it.
And
I know, but I mean,
those seals are all gone. Those seals are mush.
Yeah.
At the time this thing came out, this was a badass watch to get, right?
Yeah.
It's way too big, Marcus. You saw my pic.
It's way too big. Way too big.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
That's too bad.
It is gigantic, yeah. Even the non-48, so these are really big.
I don't like it.
This is what I sent to Marcus. I used the Watch Box app while I was talking to you guys. That's it's too big, huh?
Well, not on this picture, but I seen some of them in person. Maybe not the 48, but they're gigantic.
Yeah. Damn. Anyone in the chat know a very nicely finished tourbillon that you can get pre-owned around 20K or less.
Isn't it UN? Aren't you looking at some of the UNs there?
Yeah, there's some UNs, right?
Yeah, like
now?
the marine chronometer with the enamel dial.
Yeah.
They are very nice. They're not. I don't think they're finished like this.
No, they're not, but they're
project.
definitely finished better than the tag.
Yeah, 100%. Though that's my leading candidate right now is the
Yeah.
UNs.
I think
Yeah,
that's
I don't
probably your
in the
best
20 range. GO, older GO.
Mm,
Brigade doesn't go that low.
no,
Blancpain doesn't.
no.
I bet there's a Blancpain that does. Like a Villaray. I bet there's one that's like 25.
Maybe.
Could be, but those Blancpain tourbillons, they're super nice. The flying tourbillons from the they're extremely beautiful. Some of them are really small, 34 millimeter, 33 millimeter. When the price is very good, they're usually tiny watches, but they're pretty.
Well, guys, we made it. We made it another night. We got through another one, man. I tell you, I'm a little beat. I was low energy today, so I apologize to all. I was low energy Bobby legs this evening, except for when Wolfie called my watch.
You lost it. It's not the Heimlich.
That's my man, dude. That's
Well,
my other, that's,
what we're gonna do, right?
That's
When
my other-
while I'm gone, you guys come up with a new name,
yeah.
and then
For your
by the
promo.
time I come back on a stream, I promise I'll do whatever I can to use the new name, whatever's gonna be. No more
Yeah.
shit.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna try to find a new term. I did not get worked over at the dojo earlier. I did not. I did some working over. Rob is beat from all the fluffer talk. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Here, I recommend the new name Shiza. Yep.
Oh, it's kind of cool.
It's a Shiza.
Yeah, it's a shyster. Yeah.
Don't buy that Shiza.
It sounds classier.
Yeah.
It's like, Alex, don't buy that Shiza. Okay.
Alex,
That
don't buy it.
All right. Well, guys, have a good evening. Thank you, Marcus. Wolfie, have a safe trip. Amin, good seeing you guys.
Don't cancel me. Everyone watch Godzilla -1.
Yeah, we're going to
Good
watch
night,
Godzilla.
guys.
And see you guys on Friday for another episode of Watch Soup. Take care, guys. Have a good night.
See ya.
Bye.